Hey everybody, TrinfiniteX here, back with some more Mega Man 02, practicing for 100% edition. Okay, so I did some practice, but not a lot. I got totally distracted by a bunch of other things. So we're still here. Not that this is a bad place to be at all. Yeah. And let's go no element. Pardon. Sorry about the phone ringing in the background there. Oh, what? Oh, random P shot from the... Wow. A random P shot from the aircraft. Already off to a great start. Okay. Let's try that again. So how's everybody doing today? Oh my gosh, I hate these stupid airplanes with their guns that are only there to make sure you can't wall climb on them. That's why they're there. That's why they're there. It's like somebody designed the stage and then said, nah, this isn't hard enough. Let's add random guns to these things so you can't wall climb on them. Well, we get to watch Zero jump off a plane multiple times, I guess. Okay. Oh my gosh. Stupid. There we go, there we go. Now we're making some progress. These stupid guns they have. This is kind of bad. What? Why was I had no problems with this yesterday. How come I'm suddenly having so many problems with this? I don't understand. I can't even get over the first few jumps. Oh my gosh. I was not having anywhere close to this amount of difficulty before. Okay, saber, shield, no element. This, that. Gosh, there we go. We can make it over to this one. Wait patiently to make it to this. And here we are. Okay, thank goodness. I should be ice element right here, actually. And I should be power form. One. Oh, they explode. All the missiles. Explosions. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. There's definitely a better way to kill that plane, but that would take more time to learn. I'm just excited because there's a chance I can get through this now. I actually have a plan once I get in here. Back real quick. Perfect, perfect. Oh, that's so close. Ah, I should have respected it. I didn't respect. Stand all the way back in the corner to avoid those lasers. I tried to rush in and get a hit before it fired. Shouldn't have done that. There are only 4 cyber elves in this stage, thankfully. Because you can't come back here. Or at least you can't come back to all of this. So make sure you get all the cyber elves here before moving on. Oh my gosh. All these enemies just need to die right now. Oh my gosh, he's not dead from that? Come on, die. Okay, shield boomerang is the wrong thing to have here. Okay, so Buster is probably gonna be the way to go, I think. Ah, well, that was not very good. Okay. Survived. I don't care. I haven't died in this run yet. Okay, this is where I want the shield and no element. Okay. Actually, ice element the whole stage doesn't seem like it'd be a problem. Okay. There we go. Let's get Seal in here. Now for the hard part. This part, I don't want to say it's RNG, but it's tough. Oh my gosh. Already I failed. Because I held the wrong button. It's incredible. That's what's wrong here. Excuse me. I didn't switch my attack mode. That's what's up. Yeah. So this way, just pressing the save, yeah, pressing B will do the saber. I don't have nearly as much to worry about in terms of controls. This just saves me a lot of time when it comes to the controls. Me taking a hit is pretty much unavoidable. But Seal taking damage is avoidable. Oof. There we go. There we go. All right. So, haven't died in this run yet, because I restarted all the runs where I did die. And yeah, this should be good enough. I don't even need to really switch control styles, because I'm not actually going to use anything else. There we go. Oh, that's a ton of E-crystals you just gave me, game, but that's not what I want. I need just a little health. go. Now we're good. Well, we were. I mean, until I got overeager. There we go. All right, all right, all right. So, because I haven't died and I did decently on protecting Seal, I should have an actual score this time that isn't just zeros across the board. How do I get him to go up? I'm trying to avoid that attack, and it's kind of tough to avoid. He does pretty much the same pattern every time. Huh. Well, finally I got a real score. Oh my gosh. But it's not good enough by far. It looks like I need a couple more enemies. And then I need to take less damage, yeah. And then Seal has to take no damage. But still, 86 is close. That's very close. I'll take a 90 on this. We got the EX skill, and that's that. Now, real quick, I want to check something to make sure I'm not missing anything. But do I need to worry about any forms in this mission? Again, I'm sort of following a previous guide in a sense to kind of tell me, you know, when the most convenient time to get forms and stuff is. So I just need to double check to make sure that's all the way it's supposed to be. So 1 second. Okay, so the guide actually unlocked energy form here. Collect 25 energy capsules. Alright, it could be worth looking into. Yeah. There is actually a really easy way to get a bunch of capsules here through those containers. So this might actually be the best place to get the energy form unlocked. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me work that into my plan. Alright. So we want Saber Buster, Ice Element, Power Form. Oh wait, no, we do actually want Shield for this. And then, yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Something like this. Maybe not go crazy and overeager there. Alright. Take out the mid-boss. remember that you can get, yeah, owned by the missile explosions. There we go. All right. That was a better mid-boss. Oh my gosh, scary. I want to take as little damage as I can, because I know I'm going to take a lot later. 56 is kind of a crazy amount of damage to be taking. Game, oh my gosh, controls. Suddenly you can't control. Oh, I should have collected that capsule too. Okay. 25 energy capsules is quite a lot, actually. Well, we'll see. Now's when I want Buster. Okay, shield, Buster, shield is how I want to do this. I did that wrong. Oh my gosh, it's coming apart. I'm coming apart. Alright, get up here. Grab this just because. Respect it. Oh, there we go. Not. Still didn't quite get what I wanted. I want no damage on this guy. Because he's so easy, there's no reason I should take damage fighting him. No! Ah! That's bad. Yeah, don't go up against the wall or you won't get that. That's not good. Yeah, okay. I made tons and tons of little mistakes in that run anyway. Alright. So, shield, Buster, shield on this one. Alright. Shield, ice element through the whole stage. Power form, jump here. Shield here. That's one energy capsule. Just gotta jump over that one. That's all there is to it. Wait patiently for this to come. Get across. It moves us forward. Jump at that guy. That's two, actually, the game's given us. Alright, alright. One, two, alright. There we go. And dead mid-boss. And here's where we want to switch to Buster. This Buster will get rid of these guys quickly and easily. Also, that's a couple of energy capsules I just got there. Game, don't mess with me. There we go. That is actually how we want to do it. Just like that. There we go. Collect a bunch of energy capsules, but we don't necessarily need them. There we go. No damage on him. That's a good run so far. Collected that energy capsule, even though we didn't need it. Do this. Ugh. There we go. Oh my gosh, it just goes forever. Okay. That's not exactly how I wanted that to go. There we go, there we go. Alright, alright. We're a little behind on energy capsule collection, but those containers at the end should be helpful in that regard. Now, now we want to go back to this. We still have quite a few. Collected at least 5 already, maybe more. Uh-oh, I did it again. The controls, I did it again, I forgot the controls. Dang it. Every time I think I'm good. Nope. And then this ruined. This whole run ruined by that. Might as well start over now. Can't get a good score. Incredible. I keep forgetting to switch the controls midway through the stage. Yeah. And that's kind of a thing that's unique to me, because most people would just play this game with Type B control scheme, and that would be that. But I grew up learning this way, so it's very difficult for me to unlearn it now. Actually, you know what might work though? What if I just did Buster Shot? Now, yeah, we're getting into dangerous territory, folks. I'm about to try an experiment. Time to experiment after I don't die to that. I really feel like the guns on the sides of these things are kind of unnecessary. What if I just did... Well, technically, I guess I could just do this then, couldn't I? Suppose. Yeah, okay. That's better than having the shield boomerang out. There we go. Well, I mean, okay. Random shots getting me. Fine, whatever. I can take this, I guess. And then 1, 2. There we go. Bunch of them there. All right, not too bad. All right, doing well. Starting to do well here. Oh, what? Game. Come on. Don't do that facing the wrong way nonsense again. All right, now can I get a good mid-boss here? Let's try. There we go. Excellent. It's kind of a crazy big airplane, or aircraft, whatever this is. I remember the first time I came through here on my relearning cycle, relearning tour, I completely forgot that I had completely forgotten that ice has this effect. On these little conductor things, that it just like freezes them here. I completely forgot that that was a thing. There we go. All right, this time I am not gonna forget to switch control types. Nice. So this time, I don't know why I'm bothering to charge that. Ah, what game? Urgh, my controls. What? Like I turned left and it just decided to go right. What the heck, game? What was that? And that is wrong. That's not fair. I feel very cheated by that. Yeah, I can't leave Seal's side, it's obvious. I was thinking about like trying to collect some E capsules, some energy capsules here, but that's not gonna work. Like, this is how the guide does it. They collect all their energy capsules in here by killing these things, but that's not really an option. Not for this strategy. I will either need to come up with a really clever way to get some more E capsules that doesn't burn all my time. Also, these green things are basically RNG as to whether or not they jump multiple times. I either need to come up with another way to get energy capsules, or I need to get the energy form on a different stage. So this is going to be a terrible, terrible mission because Seal took way too many hits. So now my question is, what can I get out of these containers? Tons of E crystals. Come on. That guy's position is a little unfair. Ugh. And this thing does not want to give me anything. It's just a bunch of E crystals. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, at least I checked this. So I need to farm a bunch of, yeah, I need to farm a bunch of stuff here, but how much time do I have? Just me being in here messing around with the energy capsules. Yeah, me trying to get E capsules here, I wonder if that's gonna cost me. Oh, what? Well, that's gonna cost me. What? Excuse me? Excuse me, game? I swear I'm releasing the charge and it's just not releasing it. It's just not doing it. Okay, yep. Just gonna reset now. Don't even care. That run was marred by the controls just deciding to do whatever they wanted. I still don't understand why that happens. Why does my control stick just read a right input when I definitely didn't put one in? Okay, but at least I have a reasonably fast way to get through here. Also, I know I need to farm some energy capsules. Probably get away with this, too. Go. Oh my gosh, these stupid little bullets. They're just so dumb. They don't help anything. They only, like, the difficulty just feels so artificial. Like, it's just bad level design. Just random bullets. It's almost RNG, whether or not you get hit. Oh my gosh, I forgot to switch my weapons. You know what? Yeah. Actually, why did I put my weapons on that layout in the first place? Why did I do that? I should have been just using the sub button for that. This, and you know what? No. It just makes the shot too narrow. I want it to be wider. Wow, just shot in the face immediately. No way to get around it. Ugh, this stage is just gross. Alright. So far, so good. This is actually decent right here. Evaded a hit from this guy just by standing in that corner. Okay. I feel like this is going to be my best chance. Just to go back and forth and farm off of these guys for a minute. Because I am not going to get a whole lot of E-capsules anywhere else. E-crystals and E-capsules are now competing in my brain. Have been for a while now. But we'll just get a few here. This will also fix our enemy score, like 100%. Man, I want energy capsules, and it gives me tons of E-crystals all of a sudden. Of course, I shouldn't be grabbing those. That's costing me precious time, isn't it? Okay. That was close, but that was good. Respect. There we go. I don't know how many energy capsules I got out of that farming, but I can't afford to do too much farming. Got one from there. Oh, almost got hit. That was a nice run through this area. Shield. Revert controls. Now this part. Kill that guy. Oh, come on, game. I feel like the spawns of these things are random. So this is automatically... No, I don't know. Is it automatically a failure? I don't think it is. One hit on Seal I can tolerate, but literally no more than that. Let's just get rid of all those guys right now. These things, these green things that jump around, yeah, those enemies right there on the floor, those creepers, man. Oh gosh, it just dived straight at me. These things, I swear, when they jump is just RNG. It's gotta be. So far, this is actually okay. She's only taken the one hit. And look at all these E capsules. E crystals and E capsules. And I'm just, yeah, call them capsules. There we go. Okay. There we go. All those E capsules on the floor and I couldn't collect them. So now, yeah. Let's get our control scheme back. Because the Buster clears these way faster. Here we go. There's a couple. Okay, we're getting something out of this. Getting a few capsules out of that. All right, all right. All right, we got some stuff out of that. Maybe this will work. Maybe. Ugh. Still a long way off from consistent, but you know, I'll take what I can get. Still not quite sure how to get that dodge to happen. There we go. I just don't know how to dodge that attack where he just flies forward and leaves electricity behind him. 94! Alright. I got plenty of enemy kills. Man, that was still in time. All that farming I did, and I still made it in time. Okay. So full enemies, full time. Didn't take that much damage. That was the biggest part. And even though Seal took some damage, 94 is acceptable. But did I unlock the form? I did! Ooh, okay. Just gotta get a little bit lucky. Ugh. Oof. Okay. That mission is rough. Alright, alright. So now we have the energy form. Now we can become yellow or gold. And energy capsules will drop more often. Actually, I'm going this way, but Seal's actually in here. So if I wanted to save, I should be doing it here. I think we're gonna stay in the power form for now. We're going to pull out the shield boomerang because I think we need the defense form in this next stage. Yeah, that's the last form. We have only one more form to unlock, and that's defense. And then these two forms, Proto gets unlocked for beating the game, and then Ultimate will get unlocked for getting all the Cyber Elves. Which, by the way, is something I'm gonna have to go back and do. Just in case. We don't need an element up right now. Yes, all seems to be well for the moment. Let's go collect some Cyber Elves, because there are some to get. So after clearing the aircraft, let's talk to this guy. Bread factory, buns with cream. It's just the same thing, though. Huh? Okay, that's strange. Why is he still saying the same stuff from before? I know he offers us a quiz at some point. We gotta pass it. There are some other Cyber Elves around the base, though. In all fairness, we can definitely just grab these. May as well, right? Those you can get anytime after beating one mission, so it's just the old man's story that I don't understand. Oh, whoops, wrong floor. Floor 4 is what we're looking. Okay. Oh yeah, she's just there to tell you to talk to the old man. Okay. All right. Save data, absolutely. Okay, now comes the tricky part. So we have to unlock the defense form, which means killing enemies with the shield boomerang. Yeah, kill 20 enemies with charged shield boomerang. Okay, it's pretty easy, but what stage does he do it on? The first stage that the run... Wow, they go to Harpooya first? I mean, I guess there's no reason not to go to Harpooya first. Fine. So apparently this mission is good for... Good for using the charged shield boomerang, I suppose. Huh. I mean, that works. Well, it was going to work. Can sort of do this. Whoa, okay. Almost didn't see those in time. That would have been unfortunate. That doesn't work. There we go, that works. The charged shield boomerang is just very awkward to use, is really the problem. Oh my gosh, it's shooting under my shield. Boy, that feels fair. Oh yeah, and then there's this part. I forgot about this garbage. Oh my gosh. Why are you holding your arm when you have half health? Can I really? I can. Oh, okay. But then how do I get out of this? It is doable. Oh wow, I can actually make that jump. Okay. Ugh. That's still a nasty section right there. Hey, zombie spaceman, how's it going? Mega Man 02 is on, as I said it would be. So I'm about to fail the enemy requirement, aren't I? This is probably how we get... Ah, this is probably how we get the required kills for this right here. There we go. Oh, of course. Now, remind me how we do this. Oh, okay. Not full to the right. But then definitely don't miss this. There we go. Whew. So I'm trying to practice for a 100% run. Just gonna do a consecutive run of all the stages and get at least A rank and all the cyber elves. But it's pretty rough. I have to basically relearn this game is what I need to do. Oh my gosh, that's so stupid. All the Zero games are really great games, unless you try to get good scores on them. If you try to get good scores on the missions in this game, or any of the Zero series, they are punishingly difficult. Oh my gosh, that's stupid. Come on. Just launch forward already. Alright. We're just gonna move through this. It's taking too much time. Oh. So how you enjoying Breath of the Wild, man? Still having fun with it? Where am I supposed to get all those kills for the shield boomerang at? Alright, so we gotta not kill these guys. There are friends that have been mind controlled by these weird antennas. Uh-oh. Ugh! Oh, that's there. over that. Over this. Kill this thing. Yeah. Really? How'd it go? A completely different direction? What do you mean by that? I keep trying to force the shield boomerang to try and get the kills, but I'm starting to think maybe I just need to farm it somewhere in a stage that'll tolerate me doing that. So I don't feel like this stage is made for that. Yeah. This is a stage for, like, active form is what it is. Ooh, need to keep in mind that there is a cyber elf to get from that. That was a stupid jump. Oh, I see. So how much of the Zero series do you remember? Because I remember you talked about... Oh, that's right. You slept on the Zero series. No. That's what you said. But you did... You've played Zero before in the X series, though, right? So you sort of know how Zero kind of plays, right? With the saber and all? Oh my gosh, this is gonna get annoying quick. Alright. Whoa. Alright, let's try and get around this for real now. Beating this stage isn't that hard. Alright. Well, this is Z2. Zero 2 is brutally difficult. Like, really. This isn't the most difficult stage, but all the... 0-1 wasn't too hard, but 0-1 wasn't too hard, but like 0-2 is really, really hard. Of course he deals contact damage, because that makes sense. How do I jump over him? I really need to know. Can I actually? I can. No, I can't. I can sort of jump over him. That's weird. Alright, well, our Puya is pretty simple. Yeah, I would. 0, 3, and 4 are hard, but they're not as hard as this one. Man, how does he get the defense form on this stage? Boy, this just seems like not a good stage to get kills with shield boomerang, I guess. Ugh, must just be the odd stage out, I guess. Oh my gosh. I tried using, man, what the heck? I was jumping towards him and trying to unleash my charge attack, but I unleashed it too late. There we go. This is how the fight is supposed to look. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, he's doing it again? What? Straight from EX attack to EX attack. What? What is that? Come on, game. You gotta give me a chance. Here we go. Okay, that's how the fight's supposed to look when I don't release my charges too late. But that's what was happening, is I was jumping and then hitting him and then releasing the charge after getting hit, so the hit stun prevented me from actually attacking. Because I was too late. Alrighty. So that was atrocious. That whole... yeah. Oh my gosh. But that is the question, though. Where else am I going to unlock the defense form, then? Harpooya is a really cool boss, assuming you don't just chain him to death with Ice Element. Like, that was actually a really cool fight. I liked that. If only I hadn't died before it, would have been great. Power form is a way to go. But I feel like that stage is better suited for, well, first of all, let's go ahead and put our stab on, but I feel like that stage is a little better suited for active. I can get through the stage pretty easily. I need a way to kill those stupid towers that launch the electric attacks. Yeah, I think Buster's gonna be the way to do that. The problem is this sucks because how am I gonna get defense? I need to see something for a second, hold on. Yeah, I guess this is the best place to just grind it, isn't it? I guess. Oh my gosh, he did that so good. Yep. Okay, well, I can't move like that. However, oh my gosh, what the heck is this movement he's doing? All right. All right, all right. No, I've seen enough. Okay. So... it's a good series. You should get into it, man. Yeah. Let's see how much... I mean, let me... The only way I can think to do this is to just give it a try. Just go into the stage and try to farm with the shield boomerang for just a bit and see how it goes. And then rush through the rest of the stage and just pray that it's good enough. Yeah, no, if you get good at these games, they're pretty amazing to watch. These are some really good games. Now, I am not quite to that level with this game just yet. Uh-oh. Nope. Let's kill that. Let's kill this. I need 20 kills with the shield boomerang. And I have to remember that I cannot dash properly with the shield boomerang in tow. Oh my gosh, this takes forever. Thank you. I hope I can. We'll see. Oh my gosh, that thing comes back. Kill them with charged shield boomerang. Alright, well that's a bunch of kills right there with charged shield boomerang. That's not 20, but it'll do. Because I can get more further in if I don't die like that. You know what? I'm gonna get that Cyber Elf after. That's what I should do. I should get that Cyber Elf after. After I beat the stage and not in the middle of it. That was a bad call. Like I said, 0-2 is a little difficult. Like, making mistakes in this game is usually punished by instant death. That's why it's difficult. Like, 0-3 and 0-4 have spots that do that too, but this game does it just all the time. Hey, I just thought of something. So you have the, do you have both the DLCs for Breath of the Wild running during your playthrough right now? Let's see. No, this isn't what I want. Shoot. Like, do you actually have both DLCs? Ah, whoops. Didn't get that. Oh my gosh. Release. I hate how long this shield boomerang takes to charge. There's not even any reason for it to take that long. However, this looks like a pretty good farming method if I can actually do it right. You should consider finding Majora's Mask. I noticed you didn't have that. Wow, I'm failing at this farming method. Okay, this is not a farming method I can actually abuse. I'm gonna go back to what I had. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing before, because that's not working out. Well, what do you mean started it? The DLC adds a lot of, like, armors and pieces of equipment that you can just have during your normal playthrough. Like, the Champion's Ballad stuff is stuff you have to do after you've cleared the Divine Beasts, but yeah, there's a bunch of DLC content you can just get at any time after leaving the Great Plateau. Including Majora's Mask, which you should definitely get if you haven't already. Majora's Mask is just, it's just in a chest somewhere, and it's very, very helpful. Yeah, alright, we're just gonna bust through that first part. I'm not gonna mess around with trying to farm with the shield boomerang in that situation. That's just not working. Yeah, like, if you have both DLCs, you know how there was the DLC chests on the Great Plateau? Like, there was that one where you found the... Like, it was right next to the bomb shrine. There was a chest that had EX written on it, and you open it and you get the Nintendo Switch shirt. It's right next to the bomb trial shrine at the beginning of the game. Oh, yeah, you already know what Majora's Mask does. Okay, yeah. Majora's Mask makes it so that certain enemies don't aggro on you. And it's really good. It's something you should look into. Okay, I should use sword for this, because they're low enough to the ground. Should have saved it. Should have saved it. Okay. Now. Oh my gosh, it just drops from the sky. Okay. Well, lesson learned. All right. This is the part that's gonna get to be a problem here. All right. Yeah, this grinding right here is gonna take forever. The shield boomerang just. Yeah, this is disgusting. Like, this is a halfway decent spot to farm in, I guess, but. Yeah, this is awful. There's gotta be a better way. There has to be. Jump over this. Kill this. Jump over this. Kill this. Trying to think of the best way to farm. And it's not proving to be very easy. Although, that setup right there looks pretty nice, though. Hold on. Maybe we can do something with that. Okay, so apparently, if I go right here, and then go here, and back. There and back, okay. So it'll keep dropping them. Yeah, here we go, here we go. I think I found a sweet spot right here. Okay, I can get them to keep dropping this way. I can literally kill enemies as fast as my shield boomerang can charge. That's what I want to see. Here we go. I think we have found the strat. Finally. Okay. There we go. It's just, okay. Found the strat. We've found what to do. Now I can farm the shield boomerang as quickly as it will charge. We'll get about 15, 16 of those. There we go. All right. Now I feel like I can actually do this. But again, it's one of those situations where I have to... It's going to be one of those situations where I'm going to have to do the farming before doing a large chunk of the mission. That's going to be ugly. I might experiment with another method later. Yes, it does. The Champion's Ballad adds large chunks of story and like backstory to the 4 champions that died. And it's locked behind the paywall of the DLC, which is an unforgivable sin in my book. You do not lock story behind DLC. That is unacceptable. Okay. So here's the spot. Yeah, the story is drastically improved by the Champion's Ballad DLC, because, like, the characters, honestly, are very shallow without it. But, like, the DLC actually makes you kind of care. Not to mention, there's a bunch of extra stuff that you get as well. Oh my gosh, I'm dying stupidly. There we go. I'm messing up my own farming method because I'm not respecting how quickly this thing drops. Okay, there's the line right there. Come on. There we go. That should do it. That should get me at least some of what I need here. Alright. Yeah, it is not cool to lock story behind DLC like that, behind a paywall. That's just unacceptable. Especially if it's important story, like this, the story is just vastly improved by actually having the champions around, so it's... I'm trying to get the shield boomerang to rotate. How do I get it to rotate here? Okay. Okay, I have to dash forward, actually. So, send it forward, and then jump over like this, over and over. And not get hit by that one guy. That's so stupid. Okay, alright. Calm down. Because this might be a better farming method. Hold on. Oh, heck yeah. If I can do this all day, this is a way better... Yeah, this is a way better way to do it. Oh, no, crap, it went down. Why did it go down? It went down. Okay, well, I can't go forward here, but still, I think I just found the better method of doing this, maybe. If I can find a place. Okay. Because that'll get my kills a lot faster. There we go. Now we're talking. Because that's 3 enemies at once right there. Kill this guy real quick. So I am undoubtedly going to have way too much damage and time for this run. However, of course, I don't have to get this Cyber Elf either, do I? It's technically wasting time doing that. Because I don't have to get 100% right away. It just means I'll have to come back, though. I'm gonna get killed. Oh my gosh. Send it forward. Okay, I need to wait for these things to be cleared out. Fire. Remember that this thing... Okay. That's okay. I'm gonna try this new method. I think it could work. If it does, it'll be way, way better than what I was doing before. I can't believe that loop actually worked, too. Yeah, and see... I'm kind of worried that that's what's going to happen to Breath of the Wild 2. What happens when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, and if, you know, it's great, it fixes a lot of problems, you know, with the first game's story, but then there's more story, and it's locked behind DLC. Okay, like DLC for pieces of equipment like Majora's Mask or some new armor, that's what DLC's for. Like, or maybe even, like, the Master Trials. I could even go so far as to say those extra levels are easily, you know, that it's fine for that to be DLC. But you don't make story a DLC. Okay, you don't make story DLC. That's not, that just means that you released an incomplete game, is what happened. So, that's just not good. Like, Nintendo should not be borrowing from EA for for advice on how to make games. Yeah, exactly. DLC should be optional, so the story should be complete without, you know, a ton of extras locked behind DLC, because the DLC isn't just a bunch of cutscenes that you get that kind of add depth to the characters. It's also a bunch of journals as well to read. So it's way too much locked behind it is all. Crap. That was dumb. I'm trying to go too fast. Ah, come on. Technically don't need that Cyber Elf either. However, that's a more heartache-inducing one, so I'm gonna get that one now. Not heartache, heart attack-inducing one. We're gonna get a couple enemy kills here, because it's convenient to get some. Killing those guys is helpful. There we go. And we get the Cyber Elf for it. Ah, I forgot that stupid thing is there. We don't need that one. We can come back for it. So save time here, save time there. Now, right up here, can I get the shield boomerang loop working again? Fire it forward, then jump into it a few times. Just keep doing this over and over. That's 3 apiece every time that happens. Here we go. That's 9 already out of 20 that we need. Just gotta keep jumping over it. Oh, okay, that's 12. Hold on, gotta reset it. Yeah! Let's play some jump rope. Also, we got our boomerang, shield boomerang skill max on top of that. Because that's fun. One more. Okay. That will do. That will do. That should be plenty. Okay. Now we're talking. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no, that wasn't one of the ones that I thought it was. Okay, that's fine. And you know what? That's fine, because I'm going to learn the rest of the stage now. Now that I've worked out how to farm the stuff, now I'm far less concerned. So all the spots where the spikes are lower are where the invisible platforms are. Whoa. Pretty much without exception. So, yeah, that's how you get through that. Without even needing to hit those little glow bug things. Well, wasn't the DLC for Odyssey just like some costumes and stuff? Like some stuff for Mario to wear? Because if so, that's exactly what it should be. Ah, that jump. There we go. Get rid of that. Jump over these guys. Ah. Remember that that's there. Okay. Now it's nothing but good guys, or bad guys, all the way through here, and okay. Alright, now the boss again. Honestly, I don't really like Odyssey, so I don't know too much about its DLC. Also, Mega Man games have really nice music. I like El Pizo's theme. It's a very different kind of bad guy from, say, these guys. Like, listen to this theme. Like, this is also a bad guy theme, but it's like, it's a very different type, though. Okay. Ah, not quite. Oh, he just got back up, huh? Far less entertaining fight this time. Not quite. Uh-oh. Man, I told him he wasn't being entertaining and he got upset. He got really upset. Ah, crap. I shouldn't have said what I said. Wow. Man, the boss heard me and woke up. Holy cow. Just, again, spamming two supers right after, one after another. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just been happy that he was being nice. Ah, crap. I got hit by the top wave. Alright. Calm down, Harpuya. Calm down. Ugh. Oof. The Zero series has some of the best music, honestly. It really does. Oh my gosh. That was crazy just now. Okay, but at least I found a way, because that should easily unlock the form, right? Yes! There's my defense form. However, I do need to be careful of how long I'm taking. 4 minutes, 54 seconds. Now, granted, part of that's because I died. But, still, okay. Also, enemies. Wow. That wasn't enough. Oh, wait, no. I'll bet that's because I died. That's probably what happened. I died twice in that stage. 94 is probably just fine. Damage was too much. Okay. Okay. I think we got this now. Man, I was super confused at first as to how this stage was supposed to be the stage where we get the defense form, but man, now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. I feel like this can be done. Like this actually seems, now that I understand it, this seems like it'll be a lot easier than the previous mission. The aircraft carrier was crazy. Ugh. So Zombie Spaceman, did you play in 100% Ocarina? Because I remember you said you couldn't get into Majora's Mask, but you did play through Ocarina, right? here we go, here we go. Doing good now. All right. We're not gonna spend too much time. Yeah. This is not the one. We'll do it on the second. We'll do it on the other one, because this one's too irregular with its platform shapes. There we go. Ah! I forgot about the pink spinner thing again. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. Because we can come back to get that. Okay. But if you've played those games, then you should know what I'm talking about when I say Breath of the Wild is an incomplete game. Like, they have this huge world for you to explore. Like, it looks very good. And there's lots of exploring you can do with, like, the climbing and stuff, and that's admittedly stuff you couldn't do in previous installments. However, they don't have, like, iron boots or any way for you to go underwater. They have no means by which you can go underwater. Whereas they had that in really old installments like, you know, the N64 titles. Also in Majora's Mask, you could make, like, ice platforms out of ice arrows. That you can't do that either. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you could do in previous installments in the series that you can't do in Breath of the Wild. That really makes me feel like Breath of the Wild is just an incomplete game. There's a few other things, but I don't want to spoil anything for you, story-wise. I forget how many rounds we've done. I'm gonna do one more and call it. That should do just fine. That should give us all we need. So now we just gotta get through here as little pain as possible. Ah! Crap, I was one too early. Ah! Maybe I shouldn't have Ice Element on. That's maybe a thing I shouldn't do, because it's stunning the thing, and that's causing problems. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Ah! Crap. I misjudged where that break in the thing was. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, where's the hook shot? Where's the claw shot? Breath of the Wild doesn't have those either. It's like, there's just so much stuff that Breath of the Wild could have had that we did have in previous installments, and then it just doesn't have it. And I feel like there's not really any good reason for that, other than the developers couldn't think of how to get it in, which is kind of pathetic. It's just like, got all these amazing games that you made in the past, and all these creative things and tools that you developed, and you can't put them in your brand new game. It's like, there's a lot of missed opportunities in that game. It's a great game, like, still, because, again, climbing and going around your environment. But, like, there's just missed opportunities after missed opportunities in that game. Okay, well, I died stupidly, so this is going to probably cost me the run. However, yeah, different, but, you know, that doesn't mean you take out, you know, real dungeons and put in these little mini dungeons, the shrines and the divine beasts. Like, we want some real dungeons and, like, some actual dungeon items that we can earn and get after the first few. Because, like, stasis, magnesis, bombs, you know, infinite bombs, like, those are all cool upgrades to your little Sheikah cell phone. But, unfortunately, they're, like, a bit underwhelming because they're the only upgrades you actually get through the game. Like, sure, you could say that, what about the champion abilities? Well, yeah, you get those, but those are not things to use on enemies. Those aren't like items. They're just to help you get around better. I mean, I guess you could say, what about, shoot. What's her name's skill? Urbosa's skill. I mean, yeah, okay, that's just a pure attack add-on. My point is they're not items. They're abilities. It's not the same. Yeah. I'm hoping the sequel will feel more like a conventional linear Zelda game, but keeping some of the open world aspects of Breath of the Wild. That's another thing I didn't like about Breath of the Wild. It's like, open world is a great idea, but it's a little too open world because you don't even technically... You don't need the Master Sword to beat the game. You can actually just beat the sword without the Master Sword. You can actually beat the sword without the... You can beat the game without the Master Sword, and that's just... That's not right. There's no mention of the Triforce at all in that game. There's just so many little things that are wrong with that, with Breath of the Wild. Again, lots of little nitpicks, but there's really not that many big things that get in the way. Like, Breath of the Wild is still a good game, it's just a lot of little things that are just like, but why? Why did you take these out? Or not put these in, you know? Could have been a better game. Ah! Oh, I just woke up this time. Harpooya is not as easy to stupid loop in this game. Oh, and I dashed right into it. Crap. Also, that does a lot of damage. I should probably use my sub-tank. That's what I should do. I should not be an idiot. I should use my sub-tank. Yeah, I call the Sheikah Slate the Sheikah cell phone because that's what it is. Can we be real for a minute? Link is using magical apps on his cell phone to use the abilities. That is what it is. Urgh. Hold freaking still. Oh my gosh, not this again. That does so much damage. Man, these shockwaves don't mess around. And he does it twice! Ugh. Enough, please. Oh, and then he doesn't do it again, and I run. Ugh. It's such a misleading boss pattern. Okay. Calm down. You know something? Why am I not using this? I should be using the power form here. Get him in the corner like this. He'll do his thing. Let him be upset. Come on. Is he just always going to spam one after another? No, he won't. He didn't. He didn't do it a second time this time. Oh, that's right. That's true. I can't combo him. Oh, no, I forgot. That's fine. Actually, yes, I can. What am I saying? I can do the uppercut. Yeah. What am I saying? Of course I can do that. Okay. We'll get him next time. Just use regular form, too. Or rise form. Yeah, just use rise form. What am I saying? These forms. Some of these forms just don't make sense, but some of them are great, so anyway. Let's try that again, but without dying stupidly to spikes. And then dying to Harpooya. Yeah, that's another thing. Nintendo's obsession with the amiibos. Like, I'm gonna be real. I have a couple of like the, I forget what they're called. I don't have the actual amiibos. I just have like the scannable things that just unlock stuff. Yeah, the way Nintendo's locking a lot of their stuff behind paywalls now is not terribly... It's not really a good idea. I don't like the way they're doing it. I hope those are things that they do not do in the future with Breath of the Wild 2. Ah, it's too hasty. Let's just move quick. Okay, this section isn't too bad. This time, remember, that thing is there. All right. Haha. Gotcha this time. Yeah. Yeah, NFC chips. Yeah, I keep forgetting that that's what they're called. Okay. So we'll have ice on here, but then we'll turn it off, ow, later. Give me that. Gotta play jump rope. Play jump rope with the shield boomerang. It's 4 waves, I think. Maybe 3, just to be on the safe side. There's 4. Uh-oh. It's starting to catch up with me a bit. Uh-oh. Ah, okay. Alright. Patience. Wait for these to clear. Throw. Oh, no. That didn't work. Crap. There, we got all 3. I'll throw one more time. That should do it. That should be enough. Shouldn't need that anymore. Oops. Oh my gosh. I didn't see that was raised. Why am I suddenly bad? I'm not paying attention. I was so worried about my shield boomerang kill count. I need to actually pay attention to that count. So many details I have to memorize about each level individually. Thankfully, this is the last form I have to unlock, so these other 3 stages after Harpuya, I don't have to worry about, like, meeting some weird special requirement. I can just learn the level and be done with it. All right. So, Spaceman, tell me, what do you think of Odyssey? What is your opinion of that game? Like, I would give Breath of the Wild maybe like, I don't know, maybe an 8 on its own. With the DLC, I'd give it an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10 with the DLC. What do you think of Odyssey, though? Also, Paduty, how's it going? Pay attention. What am I doing? Okay. Clear that. Clear that. Clear that. Run forward. plenty of enemy kills later. Speed is the name of the game here. Cyber Elf. Drop down. Kill this. Now, switch to Shield Boomerang. Don't die stupidly. Ah, well, and don't get hit by that. Come on. There we go. Set up the loop. Just keep it going. This would probably be faster if I didn't have that going on, but I need the stun anyway. 3. That's 4. 5, so that's 15. That's 18. 19, we'll do one more. One more, there we go, okay. Shouldn't need any more. Basically, Paduty, you basically just described the only positive thing about the game. Or maybe the second. Like, there's only that and one other thing. In my opinion, Odyssey's pretty trash. Like, sure, the movement through the game looks fun. Like, you just described your favorite part was, like, jumping around. Right? Jumping around through the game. Fair enough. And the game looks fine. But when I look at the game, I look at it like this. The little moons that you get, like, what do you get, like, when you kick that shiny rock around or pound that shiny spot on the ground? You get a moon, right? What do you get when you go through a really long, complicated dungeon or puzzle? You get a moon. Like, the same effort for, you know, the same amount of effort it takes. Yeah, you get the same reward for both a little bit of effort and a lot of effort. It would be like Breath of the Wild, only instead of like going through a shrine or a divine beast and getting a spirit orb to increase your health or your stamina, you would just get Korok seeds. Imagine if that was the case. Like Spaceman, you know what I'm talking about. You lift up a rock and there's a Korok seed under it. Now imagine if you lifted up a rock, got a Korok seed, and then did a brutally hard shrine only to get a Korok seed from it. That's not really good game design, is it? The same reward that you got for almost no effort is the same reward you get for a lot of effort. That's what Odyssey does. Not only that, you only need, I think, how many moons is it in order to actually beat the game? Like, there's 999 moons in that game that you can get. You only need 500 for, that's half of the moons in the game to get the Dark Side of the Moon ending. But how many do you need only to beat the game? I think it's like 20% of the total number. Like, it's some pathetically small number. And I feel like that should not be. I feel like that's not the best design to have it. Almost died there. That was stupid. There we go. This thing is really in my way. and I need it to not be anymore. The ice element here is actually messing with me. I need to stop. Oh, that's right. That's why I'm charging my attacks because of the green. Guys, I did it again. Ugh! I did it again. That one part there is designed to mess you up, and it's messed me up again. It's so hard. Playing this, remembering everything I have to do, and also trying to carry out a conversation. Whew. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Avalon, how's it going? And also, I agree with you. Sunshine was actually a really good game. Honestly, my only thing with Sunshine was that it was kind of hard. Like, Sunshine was a little bit difficult to play at times, but like, once you get over learning how to play it with the, you know, the different nozzles and the different, like, things you have to do for, like, spin jumping and all that, like, once you learn how to play it, it's not too bad. Yeah, Sunshine could have been a little bigger, but yeah, what it did have was hard to learn, but then it was pretty solid. Like, once you learned it, Sunshine was great. Okay. Yeah, Galaxy had good level design. Like, it had a good idea behind it, but I don't know. As good as Galaxy was, it felt like it almost wasn't challenging enough. Like, Galaxy felt like it was too easy. Yeah. I know what I need to do for the mission. I just need to actually do it. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. It wasn't about the difficulty, but that's... I don't know. Exploring stuff is fun, but like at some point, you know, in order to get replayability, you have to be somewhat challenging, I feel, or there's not any reason to replay it once you've completed it. Ah, I tried to jump, but I was too late. Yeah. Odyssey was definitely different. Definitely a different game. Come on. Three waves. As soon as the boomerang says its skill is maxed, we do two more and call it. That's gonna be my marker. Okay. Now the real thing is, turn off the ice element. this. Ah, crap. These things get in the way. I'm trying to get these guys to die without triggering this thing because these guys deal contact damage, so it's frustrating. Okay, this time, I'm not gonna die to the stupid thing here. Aha! Also, maybe it would help to have the blue ones out, I guess. There we go. There we go! We made it. We made it. Oh, no, it's alright, man. I get it. Internet problems happen. I've had that happen before, trust me. Like when I was trying to stream Ori. Back when I was trying to stream Ori, my internet would die all the time for no reason. Ah, that jump was tricky. And then charge through all these guys. Charge. Ah, now we don't have any health. But we do have a sub-tank for this very reason. So we will just be using that nice and liberally. Yeah. I'm gonna switch to Rise, actually. Maybe I'll get some combo value out of this. Maybe. Odyssey combines all the 3D sandbox Mario games and does pretty well. For the most part, it started to grow on the second playthrough. Again, I will praise Odyssey for the one thing it does right, and that's movement. Like, moving through the game looks, and what little I played in a demo once, felt pretty fun. Like, jumping around with Cappy actually was kind of enjoyable. But that's pretty much the only thing it does right. Ugh. Please be generous. Nope. Oh my gosh, he's doing it again. Oh, come on. There we go. Done. Yes, that should be a good score right there. That should be it. Yeah, Breath of the Wild has that a little bit. Like, Breath of the Wild does have lots of stuff in its open world, but there are a couple places that are kind of empty. Or that have meaningless things stuffed into them. Ah, 98. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. An S rank, too. Well, A is my average, but 98 is an S rank. Got the EX skill. Got the form. Oh, thank goodness. That feels so much better. Man, these stages are so tight, though. Oof. Man, I need so much practice to make it through these. Okay. Thank goodness. Yeah. I was just talking to Spaceman and Padooty here about how it feels like Odyssey was just an inferior version of Breath of the Wild, where it just had the moons be... It just filled its giant open world with moons. All its different worlds with moons, and it's like you lift up a rock and there's a moon, and then you do some really hard puzzle and there's a moon, and Breath of the Wild, at least, yeah, you lift up a rock and there's a Korok seed, but at least in the shrines, you're rewarded with something more substantial, something that gives you a permanent health or stamina upgrade, something that's useful and helpful. Like, but the moons don't even benefit you. Like, even in, that's another thing. That's another thing about Odyssey. The moons don't actually benefit you in any way. In Breath of the Wild, even the Korok seeds can be turned into upgrades for your inventory. Like, even those Korok seeds that admittedly there's too many of, but at least they can be used for something up to a point. But Odyssey doesn't even do that. See, what they need is basically what this game does. So 0-2, the structure of this game is both, it's a perfect hybrid between open world and linear progression. Like a straight up linear game is Oh, there are upgrades in Odyssey? I wasn't aware that there were any upgrades in Odyssey. Like, I know there's new costumes, but I wasn't aware of upgrades. But anyway, what they should do is something like this game, where you play the first, you play your intro mission, then you play 4 missions like this. Then you play like 4 missions like this where I can pick any 4 I want and do them in any order. And then once you beat the first 4, you get locked into like an intermission, like a couple missions in the middle, and then you get another set of 4 different missions you can complete in any order you want. It's a hybrid. It allows you to pick your own path, quote unquote, without being completely, everything is open-ended. And it doesn't matter where you go first, because all the difficulty, like, there's no progression of difficulty because everything's open world, so everywhere's roughly the same difficulty, and, like, some of the older Zelda games did that as well. Yeah, that's another thing. Open world games haven't figured out how to power scale correctly. Breath of the Wild is the same thing. Like, there's not really a whole lot of... Like, the scaling in Breath of the Wild is just based on, like, how many of these enemies, you know, certain types of enemies you've killed and how far you are in the Divine Beasts. So you could go to one area and it would have enemies of a certain difficulty, and then you do a bunch of main quest stuff and come back, and now they're a different difficulty. It's like, eh. Like, that's a way to do it, and I guess that's okay, but without, like, specifically divided areas, it just doesn't feel right. Yeah, there's no leveling system in Breath of the Wild, though. Anyway, what am I doing next? What mission am I doing next? Now that I have the defense form, what am I doing? That would be a good thing to know real quick. Mission does he pick? Oh, he goes straight to Fafnir. Okay. Okay. Excuse me, I need to save. We'll add this saber skill here, and then I guess I'll go. Let's see. We have the new defense form. If we want to be green, can palette swap to green 0. Alright, I think what we're gonna need is agility to get through this, though. I don't know. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do Buster. Let's definitely carry ice with us. Let's save the game. We need to save badly. Data, save data. Oh my gosh, we need to save. Do I save over my only save slot here? think I do, actually. Oh, I'm gonna hate this, but I feel like it's the way to go, quote unquote. No, actually, save over this. Crap. The only thing I know for sure is that I don't want to have to earn those forms again, but yeah, I guess I'll save over this. Yeah, I'll save over this, but I think that's gonna have to be, no, it can't be. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. This is the mission I dread the most. Fighting Fafnir. Oh boy. I hate this, man. I hate this mission. This level's kind of unfair. Huh. Here's some nice music. It's too bad it's attached to a pretty garbage stage. Here's the garbage right here. I can already sense we're about to get crushed. These things will crush you. These are crushing traps right here. And there's a pretty good amount of them. This stage would not be so bad if it didn't try to crush you at every turn like this. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this part. I knew there was a... I knew this was coming, but I forgot about the part that comes before it. Oh. If you hit one of those molten things on the way down, you'll get stunned and then crushed by the one that comes down above it. So... Oh yeah, also you can't jump very high here. There we go. So that guy can kind of just hit you. Let's get this cyber elf. If at all possible, I would like to not have to come back to this stage. Oh yeah, then they added lava. Just because they felt like the stage wasn't hard enough yet, I guess. Okay, that cyber elf's important. Let's go ahead and sub-tank. My favorite Mario game, I think... Oh man, I don't even know. Because we sort of talked about it earlier. Like, Galaxy had really fun design, but I feel like it was not very replayable. Like, it wasn't really all that challenging at all, but it was kind of fun. Sunshine was hard to learn. Like, it was very hard to get through the learning curve, but I feel like Sunshine was pretty good. And then 64 kind of falls in between. Honestly, 64, I think, wasn't as hard as Sunshine, but it had a lot of cool level design. Kind of like Galaxy. So, it's hard to pick. Yeah, trying to 100% Sunshine can be a little rough. Yeah, it's kind of like 64. Honestly, Super Mario 64 had the best balance, but the problem with 64 is that it just doesn't really stand out as much. I kind of like Sunshine. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like Sunshine might be the answer. Yeah, but okay. Sunshine, I think, is probably my favorite. However, Galaxy and 64 both come close, and also I can completely understand anybody saying that between those games that they prefer any of those other games instead. Like, I can see how Sunshine would not be a lot of people's first pick. Ugh. Just jump. Ugh. Oh, and yeah, we have to do it a third time. It's actually a little easier this time. Oh, no. 4 times. Ugh. 5 times. Man, they really, really want us to die. Oh, yeah, then there's this. There's this nonsense here. Which I believe the answer is just dash, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's just dash. Hey, look at that! 6 times! They want to crush us. And that's after the first section. And then they want us to do this nonsense. Then they want us to do this nonsense on a timer. Oh gosh, that's, come on. Come on. Give me a break. The only reason I didn't die to that lava was because of jumping into the molten containers there actually gave me iframes. That's why they give you all this health. They figure that's probably the only way you'll live. Also, that's a cyber elf I need to keep in mind. I do not want to come back to this stage if I can. Ah! Stop shooting those potatoes at me. The potato cannon is pathetic. Get that out of here. Would you call those potatoes or eggs? Oh, there's an enemy up here. You can't make it up that way. Get stupid purple things out of here. Okay. Thought it was over. It wasn't over yet. Just getting ahead of myself. Okay, well somehow I didn't die, so I guess I'll take that. And I feel like I got all the cyber elves in here too. Yeah, the blue coins kind of sucked. Yeah, that's one of those. That's honestly, that and the high learning curve is what I could probably. If somebody said I didn't really like Sunshine, those two things I could understand as reasons why not. The blue coins weren't great, and it is tough to learn at first. Okay, Fafnir. What's your pattern like? That's right. You do this nonsense, and then you jump across the stage. Uh-oh. I'm gonna dodge this crap again. Ah! Oh my gosh, he really can jump across the stage, can't he? Okay. Well, he's not hard. He's just hard to dodge. His new ult is a little. His new ultimate ability is a little tough to get around. But he's still pretty easy to beat. Also, I could have shot him. I need to keep that in mind. 'Cause he just stood there. I can sort of see that point, Spaceman, but I also see Avalon's point. They are challenge stages, but I do feel I do see what you're saying about missing movement options. But also remember, you do have to judge a game not you can't. It's not fair to judge a game based on games that came out after it. So, like you're saying, missing movement options like long jump. Okay. Long jump, you can say that's not good because 64 had it. But wait, can't you do crouches and backflips in Sunshine? I thought you could. Also, you can spin jump in that game. You can do spin jumps. I was way too slow, didn't kill enough enemies, and damaged too much, yeah. So, way faster is the answer for this stage. Yeah, Sunshine definitely could have been better. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Not disagreeing that Sunshine could have been better than it was. But I think, yeah, maybe that's part of the reason I like Sunshine the best. There was a lot of potential in it. Like, when it did shine, it was pretty good, though. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is where most people tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. And while I would appreciate you doing all that, if you enjoyed my content, come check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/TrinfiniteX so you can watch and chat with me while I make these. I'm a family-friendly streamer, so everybody's welcome. Throw me a follow on Twitch and Twitter so you can get notifications when I go live. Links will be down in the description. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to meeting you.